Hello again. So now I'm finally going to start talking about my platform and my positions, starting with the minimum wage and the fight for living wages. The movement called Fight for 15 is gaining a lot of steam in the last 2 years. So much so that even the governor has had to actually announce that he is joining the Fight for 15. A lot of media attention is on him and talking about his position on Fight for 15. But it is a position he has only taken because of the hard work of activists and movements. There have been many marches, many rallies, and many one-day strikes by workers themselves, by the fast food workers, and many others who are starting to organize and find the power they have. Wages are something that we can change very quickly. But wages are how we are paid now. Wages are how we interpret the wealth and incomes that we have when it's not a salary job. Increasingly, the kinds of jobs many of us have. Thus, a lot of the attention is on the question of what is a living wage. What is the basic hourly wage to meet basic needs? 15 is a number chosen because it's what the minimum wage would be if it kept up with inflation since the 1960s. If wages from the 1960s kept up with productivity, the amount of value workers actually create for the businesses they work for, it would be $18.50. And that's the minimum wages one could earn to meet basic housing, minimum energy, transportation, basic food, and I don't mean we're shopping at Whole Foods, I mean buying the 50-cent cans and the ramen noodles. Stuff that does not meet nutritional needs. And this is about meeting the needs of someone with kids without welfare assistance. Because welfare assistance, for the most part, is another form of corporate welfare, especially when it comes to large companies that pay sub-living wages. So in order for people to not only meet basic needs, but also to invest in yourself and your community and social needs, so that one does not need to take out debt, so you can buy a house, maybe even go to college and be able to pay that off without debt. What kind of wage do we need? $18.50? It's pretty close. That's why I tack on another $1.50 and round it up to $20. That's the position I take, $20. $20 is what the dignity of a single person is worth to me. They will have enough to be an active, engaged citizen in the economy and elsewhere. They have some amount of financial security, which is very important to lowering crime, lowering mental health issues. Many things are integrated with our security, not only from crime, terrorism, but poverty. So I'll finally say that starvation should not be the motivation for advancing in a career or your own skills. There are enough motivations for that. Motivation if you want more kids. The motivation of contributing to your community. The motivation of improving yourself. But these are things people cannot do on a minimum wage. For a little context, I don't work the full year, but I make $12 an hour, working about 40 hours a week. And I cannot save money. I cannot properly invest without taking out a lot of debt on top of the debt that I'm paying off for college. My debt load is actually much smaller than others I know, and that has kept me much more independent than I would be. Now, wages are not everything, especially as they are just the starting point. Thus, I will go deeper into the structural changes I will seek to make as county executive and that I will fight for in perpetuity.
If there's a future we want it.